welcome back to your number one top 4 Tower of Fantasy, and I am here today to talk about vehicles, everything you need to know about them as far as upgrading them, as well as why you do not want to miss out on this in Tower of Fantasy. But before we hop into this, I do want to give a giant thank you to everybody that is supporting over on Patreon. Thank you, my dudes. We will cover more of that later, but for now, let's go ahead and discuss vehicles. So to start off with the vehicle here, there are a couple things to keep in mind here. This video is mainly going to be talking about how to upgrade your vehicles, not so much how to unlock other ones, since there is multiple vehicles you can get your hands on by either doing quests or waiting certain food or finding items scattered about, might it be inside of other content or in the open lands of a Tower of Fantasy. So just know I will have videos about how to unlock every single mount coming in the near future, but for the time being, this is going to be mainly about upgrading the vehicles you will already have in the beginning, such as the motorcycle or a Rubik Cube looking thing that you can get right now. So to start off, we can go ahead and get to our vehicle menu by either hitting escape to bring up our menu, or by holding Alt and then clicking on it as well. And from here, we need to go to vehicle. So, vehicles wise, here we have a few options here. To start off, we of course have a maintenance, which is going to be the main thing we're going to be looking at in this video. But we also got refit. Refit is of course where you can of course kind of add a little more flavor to your vehicles here. But offhand, I am not 100% sure how to get this beyond, like, maybe they're going to be tied to maybe the battle pack, maybe the actual cat shop. I'm not 100% for sure on this part of it. Let me know in the comments however you unlock it. But as for maintenance, we can go ahead and do that completely for in-game play and 100% for free. So, to start off, once you click on it, there is a few options here you will see. We, of course, have a level that will be tied to your maintenance. You also have a reward here listed. And then you have, of course, a whole bunch of items that this vehicle will need. And, of course, if you see a check mark, that means you have already turned it in. So, the vehicle upgrades are on a 24-hour timer. Before they refresh, and other items will be needed as well here. So, to start off, we can get our hands on the items in a couple of ways. Just keep in mind, each vehicle will require different parts. Some will have a little bit of overlap, but there will be a couple that will be exclusive to that vehicle, so keep that in mind. But nonetheless, in the case of the motorcycle here, we need to get our hands on some gas, as well as, of course, some bearings as well. So you can get these in a few ways. Some of the items can be found in, of course, like the chests that you can find cattle about. Others can be, of course, got from random quests or dungeons and whatnot. But the majority of the way you're going to be getting your hands on this is the two most common way is if you are in a guild, you can go ahead and ask for the item. And you can go ahead and post it, might it be to the whole guild or Pacific person as well. Ideally, this is probably not ideal, especially once you start asking for like more well parts. So keep that in mind. If you see someone who wanting one of the item, make sure you double check, because some of the items that will be required is extremely well and hard to come by. So keep that in mind for anybody that will be sending a court parts over to people without you know, trying to help your friend get a certain upgrade. And then, of course, the other version of that will be, of course, made up of getting the item from, of course, the supply store. So the supply store will, of course, have the majority of the parts you will be needing, at least for some of the lower level. And these are going for anywhere from 50 support points all the way up to 250 support points. So you can go ahead and spend your points here to get that to help you level. And if you're curious about how to get your hands on the points are for the most part, fairly simple to come by, because how you would do it is, once we get out of the menu, is if you go ahead and head on over to, of course, the two little, I guess, swords up here, and you head on over to, of course, selecting, you can go ahead and take part in a joint operation. So joint operation, small little tidbit here, is of course a 1 to 4 player dungeon that you can join people, and it's pretty much normal routine, one from point A to point B. The only thing is about these is these does require energy, pretty similar to, as you probably have seen in hundreds of other mobile games. But the thing of interest here is of course, you can, of course, farm the points whenever you are out of energy. Because the thing is about the dungeon, is energy is only used for opening chests, or if you go into it with, of course, the energy, you will get whatever items are available to you from the chest. But if you go into this with no energy at all on your character, or do not pick up any chests, your court will be rewarded at the end of each of the joint operation with 150 support points. So, as you can see, you want it 2-3 times, and you will have enough to buy a lot of the items. So, that is how you're going to get your support point to actually be able to buy the parts. But let's get back into this and get back to the detail of what happened once you have said part. So, how this will work is you will see, of course, how many you got, how many you needed, and once you actually have what it at for, you can go ahead and click here to go ahead and turn over said item. And when you turn it over, you will get whatever amount of experience you see here. Since, as you can see, that one was 600, 300, and need to are 14. And these will be working toward your overall level here. As you can see, mine right now at level 12. Requiring 420 experience. And once you actually level up, not only will you get a list of a whole bunch of new items that you will need for the net level, but for every 5 levels you get your vehicle, you will get your hands on 20 dark crystals. So 5, 10, 15, and so on. You get yourself 20 of these. So, this is not only a very good way to, of course, spend your, support point, but as well as a good way to level up your vehicles so you can get your hands on any more currency that then you can go ahead and use to, of course, pull characters from the gacha mechanic as well. So, this is a very nice way to, of course, be as a free-to-play player to get your hands on some harder to attain items and characters. So this is fantastic for that. And of course, as well, most of the items are, like I said, fairly simple or very low maintenance to get your hands on. So this is obviously a great thing to be doing and to make sure you keep up on as you get it higher and higher in levels. And of course, you might be wondering, what exactly is the level cap for the vehicle? The level cap is, of course, tied to your main character, since your vehicle cannot get a higher level than you as a character. So, the higher level you are, the higher you can, of course, upgrade your vehicle. So, in return, by leveling your vehicle, will, of course, once again, give you any more dark crystals. And, of course, there you have it. There is everything you need to know about vehicle upgrades and why you should be doing it and what you can get from it. So hopefully this video have been helpful. If so, make sure you do the thumbs up, subscribe, hit all the bells below so you don't miss out on any of my Tower of Fantasy videos. And of course, if you do want to support the channel and be like all the wonderful people for the months of August, be sure to come on over to, of course, patreon.com/Maconn. Thank you to everybody that is supporting. I do highly appreciate it because every little bit keeps the channel going. And of course, if you want to join me and play along in Tower of Fantasy, I am, of course, streaming my whole Ed2Pay and pretty much streaming every day for the time being with Tower of Fantasy over on twitch.tv/. Troy Maconn. I will have links in the description to all that, as well all my other socials. So be sure to check that out for, an awesome, fun time, and also very much ranting about, of course, this and PSO and other MMO, or just gaming in general. So come on over to the live streams and say hi. And of course, with that, I'm going to go ahead and do it for me. And I will, hopefully, more likely, I'm looking at you, see you in the comments.